Mental strength is not something you're born with, it's something you build. Just like a muscle, the mind becomes stronger through repetition, resistance, and relentless focus. The people who rise to the top in any field aren't always the smartest or most talented. They're the ones who master their inner world first. They've cultivated habits that allow them to persevere when others quit, to stay focused when others are distracted, and to keep growing even when no one is watching. Success in any arena starts in the mind, and once you train yourself to think with clarity, discipline, and courage, there is no challenge too great. There is no obstacle you can't overcome. There are 5 powerful habits that, when practiced daily, can turn you into someone mentally unstoppable. Someone who doesn't just survive pressure, but thrives under it. Your thoughts are the foundation of everything you do. They determine how you see the world, how you respond to challenges, and ultimately who you become. If you want to become mentally unstoppable, you must train your thoughts with the same dedication and discipline that an athlete trains their body. Just as an athlete spends hours conditioning their muscles, sharpening their skills, and improving their technique, you must invest time and effort into strengthening your mindset. This process isn't about simply thinking positive thoughts, it's about developing the mental toughness to control your mind, overcome obstacles, and stay focused on your goals. The first step in training your thoughts is awareness. Most people don't realize how much control they actually have over their mental state. Their thoughts run wild, driven by emotion, fear, and distraction. But when you begin to observe your thoughts with intention, you can start to notice the patterns that lead to negativity, doubt, and uncertainty. You can recognize when your mind starts to drift into limiting beliefs or fear-based thinking. From there, you can actively shift those thoughts to something more productive, something more aligned with the future you want to create. This awareness is the first muscle you need to develop in your mental training. Once you're aware of your thoughts, the next step is to challenge them. If you're thinking, "I can't do this," ask yourself, why not? If you're telling yourself, "I'm not good enough," question where that belief came from. Mentally unstoppable people don't passively accept negative or limiting thoughts. They confront them head-on. They ask themselves if these thoughts are true, and if they're not, they replace them with empowering, solution-oriented thinking. This process of questioning your thoughts and actively choosing to replace them is a skill that strengthens over time, just like lifting weights. The more you challenge and replace limiting beliefs, the more naturally it comes. Another key aspect of training your thoughts is developing mental focus. Athletes know that performance is determined by the ability to concentrate, to block out distractions, and to stay in the moment. The same principle applies to mental strength. In a world filled with constant distractions, the ability to focus your mind on a single task, on a single goal, is a superpower. This means cutting out the noise, the irrelevant thoughts, the doubts, the fears, the what-ifs, and directing all of your mental energy towards what matters. When you train your focus, you can tackle any challenge with laser precision, and you can make decisions with clarity and confidence. Training your thoughts also requires emotional control. An athlete must stay calm and composed under pressure. The same applies to a mentally strong individual. How you react to stress, failure, or criticism can make all the difference in your success. Mentally tough people understand that emotions are temporary. They don't let frustration, anger, or fear dictate their actions. Instead, they acknowledge their emotions without letting them control their behavior. They stay grounded and centered, even in the face of adversity. The ability to manage your emotions, to keep a level head, is one of the most important components of mental strength. Lastly, just like an athlete has a coach to guide their training, you need to seek guidance and feedback to improve your mental conditioning. Surround yourself with people who challenge you, who support your growth, and who help you refine your mindset. Seek out books, mentors, and resources that push you to think bigger, act bolder, and break through your limitations. Training your thoughts is an ongoing process, and the more you surround yourself with those who elevate your mindset, the stronger your mental muscles become. Remember, mental strength is built over time, one thought, one decision, and one challenge at a time. Consistency is the cornerstone of all success. It's easy to start something with enthusiasm, but what separates the winners from the rest is the ability to stick with it even when the excitement fades and the motivation is no longer there. Mentally unstoppable people understand that results are not achieved by bursts of intense energy. They are earned through small, consistent actions repeated day in and day out. This is where routine comes in. Routine is what keeps you moving forward when your emotions want to tell you to stop. It builds the discipline that allows you to act even when you don't feel like it. When you create a routine, you're essentially designing your life. A solid routine provides structure and direction, ensuring that you remain focused on your goals regardless of external circumstances or internal resistance. It's a powerful way to eliminate distractions and ensure that you're always working towards something meaningful. A good routine gives you a sense of control. It sets your day up for success before the chaos of life can take over. When everything around you feels unpredictable or uncertain, your routine becomes the one thing you can rely on. It's the one thing you have complete control over, and it shapes your mindset and actions. However, there will be days when your routine feels like a burden. On those days when the bed feels too comfortable or when you're overwhelmed by the demands of life, sticking to your routine becomes a test of character. This is the moment that separates the mentally strong from everyone else. The mentally tough don't allow fleeting feelings to dictate their behavior. They push through even when they don't want to, because they understand that the only way to reach the next level is to stay consistent. Success isn't about the moments when you feel inspired. It's about showing up when you don't feel like it. That's when you prove to yourself that you're committed no matter the circumstances. The power of sticking to your routine is that it builds momentum. Momentum is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. When you maintain consistency, you begin to see results, not overnight, but slowly and steadily. These small wins compound, and over time, they turn into massive success. Your routine becomes a machine operating on its own momentum, requiring less effort to maintain the longer you stay committed. Mentally unstoppable people know that when they stop, even for a moment, they risk losing that momentum. It's like a train that's moving at full speed. If it slows down or stops, it takes far more energy to get it moving again. Routine is the fuel that keeps the momentum burning. But sticking to a routine also requires adaptability. Life is unpredictable, and there will be times when things don't go according to plan. A mentally strong person knows that rigidly clinging to a routine without any flexibility can be just as harmful as abandoning it altogether. Instead of giving up when life throws a curveball, they adjust and adapt their routine to meet the moment. They're not looking for excuses to quit. They're looking for opportunities to keep moving forward, even if it means altering their approach. The ability to adapt within the framework of a routine is what allows them to maintain their momentum and make steady progress, regardless of obstacles. Finally, sticking to your routine requires a deep understanding of your why. A strong routine is driven by purpose. Without a clear understanding of why you are doing what you're doing, it's easy to become complacent or distracted. When your routine is anchored in a larger goal, something meaningful that drives you, the work becomes easier. You're not just performing tasks, you're building the life you envision. Mentally unstoppable people have a clear purpose behind their daily actions. Every routine is a step towards something bigger, and this understanding fuels their consistency. On the days when motivation is lacking, it's their why that keeps them moving, reminding them that every small action is a part of the bigger picture. Visualization is not just a motivational tool, it's a proven technique that has helped some of the most successful people in history achieve their goals. Mentally unstoppable individuals understand the power of the mind and how it shapes their reality. Visualization works because it programs your brain to focus on what you want rather than what you fear. By vividly imagining your success before it happens, you align your thoughts, actions, and emotions with your desired outcome.
You are not just wishing for success, you are preparing your mind to create it. The first step in visualization is to be clear about what you want. Success doesn't happen by accident, it happens because you know exactly where you're headed. When you visualize your victory, you are defining the specifics of that victory. You imagine the feelings you'll have, the sights you'll see, the rewards you'll experience. This clarity is critical because your brain doesn't respond to vague goals. It responds to clear, specific images and emotions. The more specific you are with your vision, the stronger the mental connection you'll have to it. And once your brain is clear on your goal, it begins to work in the background to help you achieve it. Visualization also enhances your confidence. Mentally tough people know that before they can achieve their goal, they must first believe in their ability to achieve it. Visualization builds this belief by allowing you to mentally rehearse your success. When you visualize yourself succeeding, you trick your brain into thinking it has already happened. This gives you the confidence to take bold action because you have already seen yourself overcome obstacles and achieve greatness. The more you visualize, the more you reinforce your belief that success is not only possible, but inevitable. It's the mental practice that prepares you for the real thing. But visualization is not just about imagining the end result, it's about mentally rehearsing the journey. Success is not a straight line, it's filled with challenges, obstacles, and setbacks. When you visualize, don't just picture the finish line, picture yourself overcoming the hurdles along the way. Picture yourself navigating through difficulties with calm, resilience, and determination. The more you mentally rehearse how you'll handle challenges, the more prepared you'll be when they arise. Visualization is not about ignoring difficulties, it's about preparing for them with mental toughness and grace. The power of visualization extends beyond your internal thought. As you mentally rehearse your victory, you're also reinforcing the behaviors and actions needed to achieve that success. Your mind doesn't just see the outcome, it begins to focus on the steps required to get there. This mental conditioning shapes your daily decisions and actions. You start noticing opportunities that you might have overlooked before. Your visualizations help your mind align with your goals, and as a result, you find yourself naturally making choices that move you closer to your desired outcome. The mind doesn't distinguish between real and imagined experiences, so when you visualize, your brain acts as if the success is already within your grasp. Finally, visualization has the power to keep you motivated, especially during tough times. It serves as a reminder of why you started and what you're working toward. When you hit a rough patch, when the path seems unclear, returning to your vision can reignite your drive. Seeing your success in your mind's eye helps you push through the temporary challenges, reminding you that the struggle is part of the process. Mentally unstoppable individuals use visualization to stay grounded in their purpose, helping them persevere when motivation is running low and uncertainty creeps.
Pressure is an inevitable part of success. Whether you're working toward a major promotion, launching a business, or striving for personal growth, challenges will arise. Mentally unstoppable people don't shy away from pressure. They lean into it. They understand that the greatest growth happens when you step outside of your comfort zone and face the heat head on. Instead of running from pressure, they seek it out because they know that pressure forges strength. It sharpens their resolve and forces them to rise to a level they didn't think possible. The first reason pressure is so valuable is that it reveals who you truly are. When everything is going smoothly, it's easy to feel confident, but when the stakes are high and the pressure is on, that's when your true character is revealed. Mentally tough people use pressure to uncover their potential. They don't shrink when things get difficult. They rise to the challenge. They understand that pressure forces them to tap into their reserves of strength, determination, and creativity. It's the tough situations that show you just how much you're capable of and how much more you can push yourself to achieve. Pressure also accelerates growth. When you're comfortable, it's easy to settle into a routine.
But when you face pressure, whether it's a deadline, a difficult project, or a new challenge, you are forced to innovate. You become more resourceful. You learn faster. Pressure demands that you think on your feet, make decisions quickly, and find solutions to problems that seem insurmountable. This rapid growth is what separates the average from the extraordinary. The discomfort that comes with pressure isn't something to fear. It's a sign that you are being pushed to a higher level, and that you are evolving into someone who can achieve even greater things. Another powerful aspect of pressure is that it builds resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, and it's a critical component of mental strength. Every time you face pressure and push through, you strengthen your ability to withstand future challenges. You begin to see pressure not as a threat, but as a part of the process, something that you know you can handle. Each success, each hurdle you overcome, becomes another layer of armor in your mental resilience. The more you embrace pressure, the stronger you become, until one day, pressure doesn't faze you at all. Instead, you thrive in it. Mentally tough individuals understand that pressure often leads to breakthrough. In moments of extreme pressure, when the heat is on and the stakes are high, they find the most innovative solutions. Pressure forces you to think creatively and look at problems from different angles. It breaks you out of your old patterns and encourages new ways of thinking. When you approach pressure with this mindset, you don't see it as an obstacle but as an opportunity. It's an opportunity to solve a complex problem, to find a better way of doing things, and to ultimately make progress faster than you would in more relaxed circumstances. Lastly, embracing pressure builds confidence. Every time you rise to the occasion, every time you meet pressure with calm and poise, you prove to yourself that you are capable of handling anything that comes your way. This confidence is invaluable because it sets the tone for future challenges. You begin to view pressure not as something to fear, but as something you are equipped to handle. The more you seek out pressure, the more you trust in your ability to navigate through. This self-assurance empowers you to take on bigger challenges, take more risks, and continue growing without hesitation. The words you speak have immense power. They shape your reality, influence your emotions, and determine your level of success. Mentally unstoppable people understand that their self-talk is one of their most powerful tools. The language you use, both internally and externally, creates the environment in which you live. When you speak powerfully, you start to believe powerfully. You don't just speak about the obstacles you face. You speak about your strengths, your abilities, and your relentless drive to succeed. Speaking power into your life is not about ignoring challenges. It's about reinforcing your belief that you can overcome anything in your path. The first step in speaking power into your life is to eliminate negative self-talk. We all have that inner voice that criticizes, doubts, and criticizes us when we fall short. However, mentally unstoppable individuals recognize that this voice is not the truth. It's just a habit. They consciously choose to replace negative self-talk with affirmations of strength, courage, and possibility. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," they say, "I'm capable, and I will find a way." By shifting the narrative in your mind, you take control of your thoughts, and by extension, you take control of your life. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, it becomes second nature. Another key aspect of speaking power into your life is focusing on your strengths, not your weaknesses. Most people spend their time dwelling on what they can't do, but mentally unstoppable individuals focus on what they can do. They speak about their strengths with pride. They affirm their talents, skills, and capabilities every day. This positive reinforcement builds self-esteem and creates a mindset of abundance. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, your confidence grows and your ability to take action is amplified. You stop waiting for external validation and start giving yourself the encouragement you need to push forward. Affirmations are a powerful tool for speaking power into your life. These are short, positive statements that reinforce the beliefs and values you want to embody. When you speak affirmations aloud, you reinforce them in your mind. Mentally tough people use affirmations daily, not just when they feel like it, but as part of their regular routine. These affirmations act as reminders of who you are and what you're capable of. They serve as mental training, conditioning your brain to focus on success, growth, and progress. Over time, these affirmations become part of your identity. You begin to see yourself not as someone who struggles, but as someone who thrives. Speaking power into your life also requires the ability to visualize your success and articulate it. Mentally unstoppable people don't just think about their dreams, they speak them into existence. They articulate their goals with clarity and confidence. When they talk about their vision for the future, they speak as if it's already happening. This not only creates a sense of certainty within themselves, but also influences those around them. Your words can inspire others to believe in you, and that external support can become a powerful force that propels you forward. When you speak your goals and dreams into the world with conviction, you set a momentum in motion that is difficult to stop. Finally, the words you use in your daily conversations matter as well. Mentally strong individuals understand that they must guard their language, not just in their internal dialogue, but in their interactions with others. The words you speak to others have an impact on how you perceive yourself and how others perceive you. When you speak with confidence, gratitude, and positivity, you reinforce these same qualities in yourself. Every conversation becomes an opportunity to project your inner strength and determination. By choosing your words carefully, you send a message to the world and to yourself that you are someone who is not only capable of success but destined for. One of the key habits that mentally unstoppable individuals practice is the constant pursuit of growth. They understand that the journey to success is never static. In fact, the moment you stop learning is the moment you start falling behind. In a world that's constantly changing, those who continue to evolve and expand their knowledge are the ones who stay ahead. Mentally strong people are committed to lifelong learning, knowing that there is always room for improvement. They are never satisfied with the status quo. They actively seek opportunities to learn and grow every single day. The beauty of continuous learning is that it creates momentum. The more you learn, the more confident you become in your ability. Each new piece of knowledge is like a tool that you add to your toolbox. Over time, this collection of skills and wisdom builds your competence, which in turn builds your self-assurance. When you learn something new, you broaden your perspective, opening yourself up to new possibilities. Mentally unstoppable individuals never stop looking for ways to improve, because they know that with each new piece of knowledge, they move closer to their ultimate goals. Every lesson learned is another step forward, no matter how small it may seem at the time. In addition to building momentum, constant learning also keeps you adaptable. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should you. Industries evolve, markets shift, and new challenges arise. Those who continue to learn are better equipped to handle these changes. When you remain open to learning new skills or perspectives, you maintain flexibility in your approach. You stop clinging to outdated strategies and embrace innovative solutions that propel you forward. Mentally tough individuals thrive on adaptability. They don't let fear of the unknown hold them back. Instead, they embrace learning as the key to staying relevant and overcoming obstacles that might otherwise derail them. Learning also fosters a mindset of curiosity. Rather than seeing challenges as insurmountable barriers, mentally unstoppable people view them as opportunities to grow and expand. They approach every challenge with a curious mindset, asking themselves, what can I learn from this? This mindset allows them to turn setbacks into stepping stones. Instead of feeling defeated when things don't go according to plan, they look for the lessons in the situation. By constantly seeking knowledge and understanding, they are better equipped to navigate future difficulties with resilience. Every obstacle becomes a lesson in disguise, and they emerge stronger as a result. Another critical aspect of continuous learning is that it fuels creativity. The more you learn, the more ideas and connections you're able to make. Learning about different subjects, exploring new ideas, or gaining expertise in different areas helps you think outside the box. Mentally unstoppable individuals know that creative thinking is essential for solving problems and innovating. The ability to synthesize knowledge from diverse fields allows them to approach challenges with fresh ideas. Creativity is not just about artistic talent. It's about being able to find new solutions to old problems. Learning keeps your mind sharp, allowing you to come up with ideas that others may overlook. Finally, committing to daily learning creates a sense of purpose. When you are actively pursuing personal and professional development, you give yourself a reason to wake up every morning with intention. Every book you read, every course you take, and every piece of knowledge you absorb adds to your sense of purpose and fulfillment. You're not just going through the motions, you're building a life of growth and progress. This sense of purpose drives motivation and keeps you focused on the bigger picture. The more you learn, the more you see the potential within yourself, and that vision propels you to keep pushing forward, no matter how challenging the road ahead may seem. As you reflect on these 6 habits, remember that becoming mentally unstoppable is a choice. It's a decision you make every day to take control of your thoughts, embrace pressure, visualize success, speak power into your life, and continuously evolve. The power lies within you, the ability to shape your mindset, to push beyond your limits, and to create a future that aligns with your deepest desires. Success isn't reserved for the lucky few. It's available to anyone who is willing to cultivate these habits and commit to the process. The path may not always be easy, and the challenges may be many, but with a steadfast commitment to learning, growing, and staying resilient, you will achieve greatness. So begin today, speak power into your life, seek the pressure that will transform you, visualize your success, and take relentless action toward it. And never stop learning, for the moment you stop evolving is the moment you stop progressing. Remember, the world is full of distractions, setbacks, and obstacles, but it's also full of incredible opportunities for those who are mentally unstoppable. Embrace the power of these habits and let nothing stand in your way. Your victory begins with the habits you choose to cultivate, and today is the perfect day to start.